my loves, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from wherever you're watching me from. Thank you again so much for clicking, wanting to listen to me and to watch me this afternoon. If it's your first time, you're very much welcome. If you are already a subscriber, thank you again so much for staying with me and wanting to listen to me again this afternoon. God bless you. And to that, I am going to say like, subscribe, leave us a comment, and share. God bless you. So, most often than not, today's case is actually it's bizarre, if I should say so, because they say most often than not we should look out for demons that are lurking in the shadows, right? Like you don't even get to even know that some of those demons or the shadows, when they say shadows, you're looking around you, but most often some of those shadows are even online. Those demons are lurking online, and that's exactly what we are going to be talking about today: demons that lurk on online shadows. And people are being chastised as well that they're lazy about. This is a young lady who was trying to build her life somehow and got caught up in someone's senseless, I don't know, stupidity, if I dare to say so. But anyways, as a disclaimer, I am not directly connected to anybody I'm about to talk about today. Most of everything that I'm about to say here, I found them on very public sources out there that even you can find at the side of the slightest research. So we are going to be talking about Mrs. IniubongUmoren today, who was actually murdered on her beat to search for a job, and she was murdered by someone that was just straight up selfish. So Mrs. IniubongUmoren, that we are going to call henceforth Iniubong, was a 26-year-old philosophy graduate from the University of Oyo, Nigeria. She was born on the 10th of April 1995 to her late parents, Mr. Ephraim Rufus Omoren and late Mrs. Benedict Alexander. So she had her primary education at Cardinal Ekenam Nursery and Primary School at Abak. She did her secondary education at Stella Maris Secondary School, a Court Etim Okanafun local government area. Iniubong later moved to Southern Anang Comprehensive Secondary School, a Court Okoro, where she obtained her SSCE, which is the Senior Secondary Certificate Examination. It is said that through the help of her aunts and her siblings, Iniubong could study at the University of Oyo, Nigeria, where she obtained her bachelor's degree of arts in philosophy, which her family actually stated, and I quote, that she did so fabulously. I mean, she did obtain her degree with fabulous results as per her family. Iniubong is described as someone who is very sympathetic. When you listen to her family speak about her, you can actually picture her. She's described as someone who is sympathetic, she's generous, she's morally upright. I myself, I did notice that when I was actually researching her. She describes herself as a creative person. She describes herself as a fast thinker, and she describes herself as a critical thinker as well. Iniubong was a Christian from birth right up to her death, and when you search her even the slightest, you are really going to see this uprightness in Iniubong's life. She spoke God, she lived God, and she breathed God. And her family did describe her that she was that kind of a kind person, that she was very ready to give up the shirt off her back to anybody who is in need or someone who needs help. So this is like the slightest knowledge that we have of Iniubong. So going to her case at 12:24 p.m. on the 27th of April 2021, Iniubong actually posted something on her then Twitter account, which is today called X. She posted a tweet in search of a job. Under this tweet, or like at the comment section of this tweet, you could find comments with people sympathizing with her, people encouraging her. And amongst these comments, somebody actually did comment under this tweet of hers offering her a job opportunity. And Ephraim had her skepticism, but she did contact the person directly to discuss this job offer with the person. So Iniubong, after talking with the person that commented on her tweet offering her a job, she called her friend and she was like, "Bo," as her friend said they fondly called each other. She told her friend that she just got a job offer at Oro Road and she intends to go and find out details about this job. She wants to try her luck with this job, but she's kind of having some difficulties. It is far. She has some financial difficulties, and her friend said she asked Iniubong if the reason why she doesn't want to go for this job is because she doesn't have the finances or because wherever this job offer was far. And Iniubong said of course it is far, but her primary difficulty is transportation. Her friend said she immediately sent 2,000 naira to Iniubong so she could transport herself to Oro Road for this job interview. The day that the interview was supposed to take place, that was on the 29th, Iniubong woke up, got ready, and left for this job interview. Before leaving, she did call her friend. She did what every one of us should always do when we are in situations like this. Like, she did all the right things that is required of her. She sent the number of the person that she's being interviewed by, or the person who is offering her this job. She sent her location where she's going to her friend. Her friend told her to call her elder sister and also give her elder sister, Iniubong's elder sister, and also give these details to her elder sister just for safety reasons. So Iniubong did exactly as her friend said, gave the details to her sister as well, and then left for this job interview. On her way, she called her friend and she told her friend, she was like, "Guy, this distance," guy, I still say guy, that's how her friend said they did fondly called each other. So she called her friend, she told her friend that the way the distance is getting long, she's feeling like she doesn't know if she really wants to continue. So her friend told her that if you feel uncomfortable, you can come back, but Iniubong said she has already covered more than half of the distance, so she's just going to go and go through the interview and see the results of the offer. And if it's worth her while, then she's definitely going to hold on to the job. If not, then she's not going to bother about it. And that was their discussion, and she dropped the call with her friend. And then a couple of minutes after, her friend said she received a voice note from Iniubong, just a 1-second voice note from Iniubong. She didn't hear anything, it was just a voice note. All she heard from this voice note was scuffles, so she couldn't really determine what was happening, and she just said okay, she would try to call her back because maybe her units got finished or something. So she tried calling back her friend Iniubong. Her friend said she called her after this last difficulty. After she tried calling Iniubong again and couldn't get her, she immediately called her elder sister and explained her encounter with Iniubong. And then her elder sister as well tried to call Iniubong a couple of times, but was unable to reach her completely. So she decided to go and file a missing persons report at the police station. She went to the police station. She gave every detail that she got from her junior sister before she left for this interview. She gave the location of where she was going to. She gave the number of the person she was going to meet. She gave the name of the person her sister was going to meet. But she was told at the police station to go back and come back after 24 hours because missing people's report can only be filed 24 hours after the person goes missing, especially an adult. And in that frustration, she went back home. The next day, which was the 30th of that month, she woke up in the morning and she had not yet, her junior sister was not yet back. She didn't hear from her either. She tried calling to no avail. So by 8 a.m., she went back to the police station to refile this police report. Her elder sister said when she got to the police station, she got complaints as in there were some logistical difficulties on the side of the police for them to go at the site where the interview location to find out what happened to Iniubong. At that instant, her sister called back Iniubong's friend to explain everything to her. Her friend said she tried to contact a few people and gathered some monies and sent back to Iniubong's elder sister. The police car was foiled, and then the police now left for where this job interview was to take place. While the police were on their way, Iniubong's friend immediately took to social media. She immediately shared the post of her friend. She shared the tweet Iniubong tweeted requesting for a job. She also posted the number of the person that she went to visit. She posted the location, like she just bashed out everything that her friend left with her before leaving for her job interview. And now internet slurs actually came across this post and immediately went on an internet search. They did a research trying to find out details about her disappearance, and immediately they kind of went under this post and they discovered that the person who commented under Iniubong's post had deleted his comments. I mean on Twitter, but they could still get, since they already had his name, they searched that name on Facebook and they discovered that he deleted his comments on Twitter and he deleted even his Twitter account as well. So they went on Facebook looking for him as well. They found him on Facebook. He had deleted even his Facebook account. That was suspicious. And then the number that was provided, they kind of searched to identify who has that number. During these online searches, they discovered on Truecaller that the number belonged to a certain Ezekiel Akpan. During these internet searches, and realizing this, people turned to Twitter for more details. They searched everywhere on the internet to see if they could find whosoever this Mr. Ezekiel Akpan was. While the internet work was going on and people were tweeting that they should look for Iniubong and all of that, the police were on their way going to the site where Iniubong said she was going to. And they did arrive the location. On just not so much a search, they discovered a shallow grave in which Iniubong's lifeless body unfortunately was found. And in this compound, someone was actually arrested. One Mr. Oduak Abasi Akpan was arrested in that compound, and he later identified himself as the owner of that compound where Iniubong's or lifeless body was found in that shallow grave. And he did identify himself as the father and said he does have a son. Upon discovery, a virtual search party was deployed online, and hashtags such as find IniubongUmoren it was everywhere. And then once her body was discovered, hashtags started floating online as justice for Iniubong. When the public got knowledge of how brutal her incident was, people took the streets in protest requesting for justice for Iniubong and all of that. So as a result of the police investigation, he did say that he was the father to 20-year-old Mr. Oduak Agbasi Akpan. Mr. Oduak Akpan, whom we are going to call henceforth Oduak, was also later arrested by the police upon investigation that was conducted after the lifeless body of Iniubong was discovered, and he was charged with the crimes of rape and murder. And while in the prison cell, he did confess to the crimes. During interrogation, he actually did say he did actually invite Iniubong over for a job interview. And he said when Iniubong came over to his house, he took her and proposed to have sexual intercourse with Iniubong, to which Iniubong outrightly denied him. He said she told him that she was not interested, but he insisted. He said he did insist, and actually they threatened Iniubong. And Iniubong was then, she feared for her life, and Iniubong asked if he was going to kill her, and he said he wouldn't if she complied with what he was requesting of her, to which Iniubong finally did accept, but said he had to use a condom, and he did wear a condom while he said during, for some reason, took out the condom that he was wearing, and this agitated Iniubong, and she got angry and she picked an iron object that was lying beside them, but in retaliation she did hit Mr. Oduak on the head with this object. In anger, he said he strangled her. He just started choking her because he was afraid that she might shout and call for alarm, and he too was angry because he was hit by that object, and he too did retaliate by choking on Iniubong. He said he used a taser to tase her as well and choked her. He noticed that around them there was so much blood and there was not much he could do, so he just decided to finish her off by using her own jeans to choke and strangle her to death. And once he noticed that she was dead, he pulled her, like he dragged her with her jeans and dug that shallow grave behind the house and just buried her into it. The shallow grave in which her lifeless body was actually discovered the next day. All of these happened, he said, that was about 1 p.m. on the 29th. That was on the day actually when Iniubong went for that interview. The same day that her sister went to request for the police's intervention. That was the day all of these things happened, where Iniubong's body was discovered on the 30th. That's the next day after her sister went back to file the second police missing person report. So he woke up the next day on the 30th. He signed online and he discovered that there were these tweets and posts requesting for Iniubong's whereabouts. People were desperately searching for her, wanting to know where she was, and he got frightened and he immediately told his father that he was going to Calabar to meet his elder sister. He said to this, he got frightened. He left a video online saying that for sure he is the one whose number is circulating online. He's the one whose name is circulating online. Iniubong actually was coming to him for the job interview. But the problem is she did not come for the job interview. She finally did not arrive for the job interview. She wasn't taking his calls either, so they did not even get to meet. That was what he sent out to the public even before the police raced to the site to discover Iniubong's lifeless body. So he said he took his speedboat and immediately left for Calabar. And then he said during his confession, he said he did all of this. His father was not in the house. Nobody had knowledge of what he had done. So as a result of this, the police now also went to Calabar to his sister's house, where they discovered the victim's items. The victim's, like the victim's bag, her phone, and some of her items were found inside her bag. And Oduak's elder sister as well was arrested because she was suspected to have protected her junior brother. So during trial under Justice Kagnam Basi, the first accused recanted his confession. This shithead recanted his confession. He said everything that he said he did so under duress. He was forced to confess to the crime and that he was innocent. And the trial started on the 4th of November 2021 and ended on the 4th of August 2022. So it was an approximately 9 months period trial. And during this trial, we had three defendants. The first accused, who was the Mr. Oduak, Akpan, who committed the crime, who allegedly at this moment committed the crime because he recanted his confession. We had the second defendant, who was his father, Mr. Francis Oduak, and his elder sister, who was also standing there as the third defendant of this case. And at judgment, he was actually found guilty. He was found guilty of rape and first-degree murder. To the he was sentenced to life imprisonment, and to the charge of first-degree murder, he was sentenced to death by hanging, which was legal stipulations for the Nigerian law with respect to first-degree murder. But his father and sister, who were the second and third defendants, were acquitted of this trial. There was no evidence, or not enough evidence, to find them guilty or as participants to these shitheads crimes. So after the trial, the defendant's lawyer actually did come up on camera, because when you watch at this, when you look at this man speak, you actually feel like he's satisfied, because he said the verdict was just. The person that committed the crime was found guilty, and the people who were innocent were let go. So, and he said to this, justice was actually made. And Iniubong's family actually also did speak. They said they were satisfied with the verdict. They were satisfied that justice was given to their daughter and their sister, who lost her life in such tragedy. And they did thank the police force for their efforts and the work put in to catch the perpetrator, and did also thank the legal force, the legal system, for justice, the justice that they did help their junior sister get in the case. After trial, out of court, you could actually see Oduak trying to run away. He was trying to escape actually, and was caught immediately by the police and forced into the police car. I mean, rightly so, right? Had this demon who just took an innocent, really young lady who was just about to begin her life. I mean, this is me kind of concluding on this case, because this is a lady. Our generation is on us that we are lazy, we are this, we are not putting in efforts. But this is a lady that who was putting in effort, trying to build her life, trying to do something good for herself, out there looking for a job. And then somebody just stands from somewhere and takes away a life as that for nothing. It was just senseless. For, I don't know, there is absolutely no reason why this lady had to lose her life to a demon as this. I'm just still going to say, you don't know, like, earth has become so toxic, so bad, that you don't even know who you're looking at, you don't know who you're talking to, you don't know who is holding the phone on the other side. People would smile online, but they have their demons that they are fighting. So I'll just urge us to be careful out there, both in the physical and the online world, everywhere. Just be careful, take your time, and if you have an opportunity as this, if it would help, maybe go with someone. I don't know, I'm not putting the blame on her in any way, because she did everything that she was supposed to do. She did inform someone, she did give out all the information. And I would also want to add that friends like this, Iniubong's friend, God bless you, God protect you. Like, your type is rare. And thank you so much for actually for proving yourself beyond worthy. Like, it is thanks to her that this alarm was blown, that her elder sister even got to know that her junior sister was in trouble before she could go and file any kind of report. You know, friends as this, I really pray each one of us have somebody like this in our lives whom we can actually trust, that if something happens to us, even without us saying anything, this person is going to understand and come to our rescue. So thank you, my dear. Also, wherever you are, may you find favor in your endeavors. So thank you so much for listening to me again today. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourself out there. Remember to look out for each other. And remember to stay safe, be blessed. Do not forget to subscribe, do not forget to like, do not forget to leave us a comment, and do not forget to share, most importantly, because it really does help our channel. God bless you. Love you guys so much. Bye bye.